Back to the live. And my hair is a mess. I have a caterpillar on my face. All the stuff. I am going to do what I normally do and go post a link on Instagram and be right back. So hold your horses. I will be back. And just like that, the geek is back and here and hanging. I do some other things, I guess. I need to do... What is this? Chat filter. Okay. I don't want that. I want to do... I want to do that. There we go. There we go. There we go. Here we go, folks. We are in here. We are live. We are hanging. Oh, I need to plug my phone in. Have all the stuff. Gust, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining the live and being the first to comment, man. I appreciate you taking the time to come in and say hi to me. That is very much appreciated. Phone is charging. We're here. We're hanging. What's up? Tube Streak Johnson, USA, baby, USA. I did not eat lunch, so I'm gonna eat. And I'll respond to stuff. At car SHTR, I don't know what that is. How many gallons per mile? That's a great question, actually. Tube Streak Johnson, you're so right, man. First on race day. Not my Fords, but yeah. Ham. It's a stellar question. Lyle, mile per gallon on what, my friend? Bomber of commies. All right, that's something. Coco and friends, no thanks. Lyle Slot, Excursion 4. Depends on the engine, but this one back here gets like 11.5 to 12-ish miles per gallon. And then there's another one with a diesel in it that back there that gets like 18. Arnaldus, how you doing? Gus is on his hotspot. 6-7. I'm expecting a super thanks and a like button for that, Coco. Gus, that's great. Chance, no. I already did. Gus, all right, cool. Starboy, loves y'all. Lauren, thank you. Starboy, love it, love it. Coco, love it. Love those subs coming in. Appreciate you guys. Hit this like button here. Help this live go. Looking to get into the excursion chat here. So whenever you get to Arnaldo's, I mean that depends on who you talk to. Quaivu Gold. All right, buddy. Never tried that in my life, but all right. But my answer on all this is the Ford Excursion is the most reliable vehicle to drive in the United States. Do it. Coco, thank you. Cool, Carter. Appreciate that. Just eating some food. Didn't eat lunch. So, just chatting with you guys, hanging out, and trying to be present, trying to be real. Said I am the Ford Excursion guy here on the internet. So, if you've got an Excursion, would love to chat with you about that. Any car questions, honestly. Throw some car questions in there. My channel, though, what I am doing, Argon Eyeball YouTube, what up, man? How are you doing? Don't feel like I recognize that name, but you know me, and I appreciate that, and I'm grateful for the support, my friend. Yeah, so if you got a Ford Excursion, I would just love to hang with you guys and chat. My favorite food. I don't think you can beat a good steak. So, I'm going to say a good steak. Sauce, you're just wrong, man. You can't come into the chat and say you like Chevy. That's just wrong. What's up, Coco? My name is The Geek. Gust, I'm here, yeah. Yeah, Arnaldo, they do exist. I know the guy in Poland. Chili cheese dogs are better than steak. All right. Abby, no. The chill corner. I mean, Dodges are not very chill though. They're like the worst riding and the worst built vehicles I've ever driven. So, ramen and pizza is #1 for Jelly Beans Playhouse. We got Gust just like spamming the 6.7, so we're gonna get rid of Gust here. Because I don't need anybody just spamming stuff. Bye, Gust. Bye, Coco. Depends on what Ford you're driving. The chill corner. If you tell me that another brand never breaks down, you'd be lying. They all break down, my friend. Eric, I have no clue. Argon, you know, I'm not going to just be the one out here trashing anybody's. Yes, Abby, I am. Jordan, I'll show my shoes if you give me $30 in the super chat. I mean, why not? No kids in the back of the van. It's not a van either. It's an Excursion. An apple. Yeah, you could say that, Chill Corner, but I don't think that's true. I've got 3 Fords here that would prove you wrong. But all right, whatever. Like I said, everybody can have their own opinion, and you can be wrong, and I can be wrong. That's okay. I'm a Ford guy, always have been, always will be. And yeah, Lauren, I do not know who that is. Nope. Villager, what's up? Yep, everybody can have their own. I love it. Jeremy, I'm glad I suck, man. Appreciate that. William, what's up? Chef, Rare Rig, yep. I love my Excursions, man. Yeah, dude, this is local Apple. I live really close to the Apple capital of the world, so. Sorry, Ossifer, what's up, buddy? Yeah, the Cummins is an excellent engine. Giggity, what up, guys? I'm seeing some regulars. Love to see you. Glad to have you back. Sorry I missed you for so long. For reliability and functionality, what's your favorite motor from Ford? Well, I actually own 2 that are ridiculously reliable. This is the 6.8 V10, and then the 7.3 Excursion's back there. I have a 3.5 Edge too that's been really good, but this has 235,000 miles on it, and the 7.3 has 350 on it. So, yeah. Checked it on the internet. This model is massive. Yeah, Arnaldos, you are correct. The biggest SUV ever built until pretty recently. The Grand Wagoneer is actually bigger, a little wider. It's not taller. It's a Chevy. Chevy never made an Excursion, so yeah. Check my IP. Okay. I don't really tolerate racial slurs, so you're going to be gone. What's the most important part of the Ford? I don't know, the driver. Most important part, I don't know. So what is up, my friends? My name is Bryce. I am the Ford Excursion guy on this here internet. And I built this one. It's been bobbed. It's on 40s. My head's in front of the tire, but that's the tire. It's a nice little tire. And built that one. I drive it to off-road events all over the country. I put 10,000 miles on it this year. A little over that. 6,000 of that was in April, going to Missouri and going to off-road events, so it's pretty epic. And I also have another one with a diesel in it that I've been modding and upgrading for years, owned it since it was new. I'm also planning an Excursion event, so if you are an Excursion owner and you want to meet other Excursion owners or myself or other cool people in the Excursion community, you should come. It's at the Maris Adventure Park in... It's right outside of Amarillo, Texas. So it's up the Panhandle, and it's going to be April 9th through the 12th. I would love to have you there. Love to have as many Excursion owners as I possibly could have you there. Yeah, so excited about that. If you would like to know more information about the event, if you go to the Geeks 4x4 Facebook page, just type in Geeks 4x4 Facebook on YouTube. It'll come up, and then you'll have a more options thing at the top, and it'll say events. And then you go to events, you'll see the Excursion event, and that is what we are currently calling it. I don't know if it's going to stay that name, but it is currently the Excursion event. And so it's going to be great. Excuse me. And that's kind of what I do. I come on live to hang out with other Ford Excursion owners, answer questions, and get to know my community and anybody who wants to talk to me. So if you want to talk to me, feel free to throw something in the chat. I would love to chat about anything. I don't really tolerate weird things. I will remove you if you are being very rude. Also, I just feel bad for you if you're being very rude. But mostly, just want to hang out with my friends, get to know you guys better, and, catch you up on life here. Life has been wild. Last time I was live was the day I got to Trail Hero. So yeah, the day I got to Trail Hero was a good time. Was anybody in here on that live that I got Trail Hero on? Oh, dang. The comments had not been loading for me. Hang on. Trailer Swift is on here. Petrol cost, it's gas here. And Arnaldo's, sorry, I missed all these comments. They didn't scroll for me. Apologize, guys. Let me catch up. Arnaldo, gas is $3.85 a gallon. Arya says, hi. Chef says, is that a Gala apple? I don't even know what this is. It's from the Juicer Apple box, and it's so good. Giggity. Your dad got a 2012 Expedition EL a couple days ago. Sweet, man. Gas mileage somehow. If it's not a Gala apple. Okay, great. Grayson Camo popped in, put me the link. That's awesome. Sure, whatever your name is that's invisible. Victor, what up, Unk? Hunter, what up, bud? Got Eureka, California. How much is my company profit per sale? I don't really sell anything, so I don't really know. Astra says Chef says, do I like pickups? Honestly, not really. I was just talking to a friend about this yesterday. The problem with the pickup truck is that you're limited to the bed. And if you buy an Excursion or a big SUV like this, if you don't have any people in it, you just fold down all the seats and you have more room than the bed of any bed of any pickup truck. And I don't know why everybody doesn't just have big SUVs. I'm probably wrong to a lot of you. I've owned a big SUV my entire life. Never found the need for a truck. Now, when you want to haul something really nasty, though, like if you want to haul hay or whatever, it's way better to have a pickup. Nope, no car salesman. Yeah, so that's one of the things I was going to talk about in this this live giggity. I like some trucks. I would just honestly not ever own one. I don't see the point because I'd rather own a big SUV. Deputy Nico, sorry about it. Their gas mileage isn't much better than my Excursion, so. So I don't really know. Yeah, so Giggity, you asked what I do. I do a lot of different things. Sorry, I'm getting rid of my apple. Apple Core, Baltimore. Got it. Matt, yeah, so you understand it, my friend. Suburban, very similar, obviously, to the Excursion. It's a little smaller, but a pretty nice comparable rig. About the only comparable rig in the world. Deputy Nico, you're going to go away, my friend. Bye. We don't do racial stuff here. So go away. Anthony, they were a little bit. They were, yeah. So this guy gets to go away too. Greg, can you remove? Oh wait, I got it. Go back to Europe. What? I'm not in Europe. Yeah, SUVs are way better in the snow because they have the weight. Giggity, are you still here? You asked a question a while back. Make sure you're still here before I go and answer it. If you guys are here and you haven't hit the like button, you should. I would super appreciate it. And if you're an Excursion guy, double hit that like button and just be involved. Love to have you in the comments. Giggity. So yeah, so I do a bunch of different things. So I do drive for Fastenal. So I deliver for Fastenal. And then I build sets for a theater for a high school theater. So I'm a full tech director of a high school theater around here. And I also have family stuff. I also have Geeks 4x4. I have tons of different things. And unfortunately, I'm trying to get all the rest of this stuff to make enough money that I don't have to work at Fastenal because it's really been putting a hamper on all my adventures. But I do enjoy it. I do enjoy delivering things, and I get to drive, so I like driving. So, dude, that truck it'll run me over and not even care, right, Term? Like, that's the worst. Papuas is an expedition guy. Papusas, an expedition guy. That's awesome, man. I like the expedition. It's the little brother to the Excursion. We like them. I would totally have built one if it wasn't IFS and all that stuff. Saul, your focus keeps overheating, my friend. You might you might need a radiator or a thermostat. Excuse me. This other little thing said hi. I don't know what any of that is. So that's great. Jordan Washington keeps asking to see my shoes. I told him if he donated $30, he could see my shoes as much as he wants. Haven't seen the donation come through, so a little bit sad about that. Squid Ink Pasta just got himself hidden from the channel. The old Explorer, kinda. The Expedition was built in 99, and actually, I think 97 was the first year of the Expedition, and so technically, no. Calum says, I look like Pickle Pepsi, so that's cool. I don't know who that is or what that is, but all right. Hunter, what's up? You lost the radiator on your 6.0 yesterday. Ooh, yikes. Yikes, man. That's not a fun day. Anthony Decker, Vita V10, rockers are gone. Anthony, yeah, so when I was going to go buy Bob, I was actually looking at buying one back east because I knew that I was going to cut the rockers out for rust. So you just got, the problem you guys have is it goes a little higher than I went, but you could totally do what I did to the rockers if that was you asking, I forget. Look like you like kids. Okay, Mr. Grail. I do. I work with kids. Love kids. They're great. Appreciate it, Jordan. Again, shoot me that message. Shoot me that money, man. I'll send you. I'll put my shoes on camera just for you. That weird fetish. Tommy just got himself hidden. Pretty sweet. Ford sucks. Toyota and Chevy is better. All right, Brooke. Sorry that you feel that way, but I'm sorry that you got hurt at one point by a Ford. Justin sending stuff. It's great. Dude, garbage memes. I need it. Pray for my hairline. Appreciate the prayer, my friend. Oh, dang, man. All right, cool. I am totally geeked right now because you're geeked about geeking out with the geek. Evan Lee Hahn. No. Yeah, Anthony, so that's what I did. It's square tube steel. There's videos on here and everything. Baronator, love it. Zombie Slayer, sweet stash. Thanks, brother. Giggity says he's pulling the transmission. Put a new pump in while it's out. It's going to be upgrading to the transmission cooler. I have a video on the 6-liter cooler. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that was different. I took the transmission cooler lines out of the radiator. So I bypassed the radiator and just went straight to the cooler. You also should do that valve in the back. I haven't done that yet, but that's my advice. So you should do it. Really like the interior. Yeah, the new interiors are nice. Willie K says, do I prefer lockers front or rear? Willie, I say both. Definitely say both. Greg, are you still here? Little toilet. That one right there does not have a 7.3. That has a V10. The 7.3 Excursion is right over there. Jordan, send me the money, bro. The super chat is open. Just donate $30 and send her down. You sent you sent a sticker there, and that wasn't money. Young bot, sure. You got thrown out. Dang. Dude, there are so many people in here. We need to get out of here. Dude, there's tons of people being creepy. It's real fun. Little toilet, yeah. So all the Excursions have the Power Stroke. So, yeah, every Excursion has a turbo if it's a diesel, even the 6-liters. But yes, it's a Power Stroke 7.3. It has 350,000 miles on it. Real men drive the Toyota Hilux. Man, I love the Toyota Hilux, but it is way too small to do what I want to do. And yeah, Alpha 2A, what up, buddy? Or Power Stroke, should I say? What's your favorite Ford truck? You know, it's a really interesting question, Brooke. I really have to think about it. It's really hard to say, considering what it says in the chat right there. Dude, I'm the Ford Excursion guy. I'm obviously going to say the Ford Excursion. That's the best Ford truck ever built. Yeah, so 94 was the first year of the Power Stroke. Yeah. Giggity. Obviously the Ranger. I mean, it's obviously the F-150. If you're a guy that's talking about Excursions, your favorite truck is the F-150 for sure. Don't know what that means, but okay. Yeah, the Baronator gets it. The Excursion is the best truck that Ford ever's built. And they need to bring it back. And we all know it. And we all believe it. And I don't know that they ever will. And that's just, it makes me sad. Honestly does. Little toilet, yeah, my friend. I'm I'm pretty blessed to be able to have 2 of them and build one that's crazy that I don't mind beating up, and then one that's really nice and really nice. So, what if the Hilux was bigger? Nah, no thanks. Cool, Tay-Tay. The 550s aren't terrible. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Ossifer. V10 6.8, my friend. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. All right, go for the locker question, MJ. What kind of lockers do you recommend? A lot of highway miles and some off-road. So the air lockers are really good if installed by somebody that really knows what they're doing. MJ2. If you're trying to install them yourself and you don't really know, the chances of them being installed wrong and having issues is a big issue. E-lockers are nice. They're a lot more expensive. The most reliable locker you can buy that's not a Detroit-style locker, which is what I'm running, is the aux locker with a cable shift. But I understand it's not the stuff. Yeah, the bots are crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They're just good trucks, man. And if you don't like the EcoBoost, I get that a lot of people don't. But man, I've heard people have tons of great luck with those EcoBoosts, so I don't really know. So yeah, MJ, if you're doing a lot of highway miles, I definitely would not put a Detroit like I did in the front. The aux locker is the nicest thing. I wouldn't be super scared of a Detroit in the rear, even if you're driving it a lot. I drive Bob a lot. Like, you got to remember, I drive it to the trails, which means that so I put 3,000 miles on it at Trail Hero. Going there, coming back, running around at trail. It's 2,600 miles. Crazy. Sorry, Ossifer, you're so right. Yes, the new GT has an EcoBoost in it. So, yeah, MJ2. The aux locker's super nice. They're not cheap, but they're just so reliable, and you're not going to have an issue with them. The only reason I do say, steer people a tiny bit away from the air lockers is every time I see a locker fail on the trail, it's air. And most of the time, I'm sure it's an install error or something like that. It's not like it is. You can always, or an airline broke or like something like that. And we have seen it. I mean, I've seen it half a dozen times now that I don't have lockers today because my airline's broken, or I don't have this because my airline, and I don't like that. There's a reason that I went with automatic lockers in this truck, because they just work. Plain work. I've never owned a Danger Ranger, but yeah, it would be your wife's thing. She would really like a Danger Ranger. That would make sense. Her middle name is Danger. Ford ever brought back the Excursion, they would load it with tech, and sorry, Ossifer says they would be $150K. And yes, sorry, Ossifer, you are completely right. It would be out of everyone's price range, but it would actually be epic if they did it right. Because we all know what they need to do it right is take an F-250 and put it on the chassis. I mean, and the stock, like, not a stock, but like, think of the King Ranch F-250 is like, what, 100 grand now? So yeah, adding 20, I would bet the lowest price I could see on it's 120. She had shoes. I'm glad she had shoes. I don't know why she wouldn't have shoes. Yeah, the conversions are kind of coming around. New interior and the front end. That's cool. Can you give me a picture because it's your birthday? No. It was a Georgia thing. Well, just like you have Jeep shoes and ducks. That's why she likes the Jeep shoes. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. That's great. Oh, man. Yeah, Tara, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. No, ducks are wrong. But then they fly all over you when you climb stuff. It's really sad. Yeah. So anyway, guys, the super chat is open. Super thanks is open if you want to give me some thanks on there and donate some money to the old geek here. We are trying our best to make this a full-time thing, and anything you guys can donate and give is awesome. If you just want to hang out, also just love talking to you guys. So please hang out, please ask questions, load the chat up. I would just super appreciate it. Anthony, not a problem. Like I said, there's videos on the channel. It really got decked into like 3 videos or something on the Bob Excursion off-road build, and you can kind of see everything I did to cap the doors and all that stuff. I really need to kind of do a long-form follow-up maybe and show really close what I did. I did another one recently, so there might be a newer one that's like, here's what I did for the thing. That might be a good one for you to check out too. So yeah. Carl, how are you doing? Love the live. We get people coming in saying hi. It's real fun, entertaining. If you have not hit that like button, I would super appreciate that. We had an excellent time at Trail Hero. We broke everything the entire time. Day 1, was that the day I bent the tie rod in half? I think so. And so yeah, day 1 bent the tie rod in half. Day 2 exploded a radiator hose. Day 3 that wasn't a problem. Just found a fuel leak that had been happening for a really long time and fixed it, so that was good. Sorry, Ossifer. Yeah, we can only dream, my friend. But seriously, think about this, though. A new excursion, MJ, I'll get to you in a second. A new excursion with a 6.7 in it and the 10-speed would be sick. Okay, MJ2 says, do I know of anyone that makes a rear side window with a mole panel? No, doesn't exist. There's a couple guys that have started to make some stuff that like puts over and hangs from their rack. But yeah, not much. Yeah, no, exactly. Grayson Camo. I need to do a long form on all this stuff and show like really close up of the finished product so that people can copy it if I can even see it anymore. Like the gas tank's hard to do. Mohammed, no, I'm just a excursion guy, my friend. Just the Ford excursion guy on the internet, coming hanging out on a Sunday afternoon with my friends and get to know my audience. If you can hit that thumbs up button, I would super appreciate it. Icever says hi. Thanks for saying hi. And yeah, just glad to hang out with you guys. This is the second time I've been live today. I go live on Amazon too, and I go through all of my. I have an Amazon creator, and I go through all of my stuff. So, yeah. Is that what you wanted? Or a little less? Yeah. I don't know. I just do stuff. So, we're currently doing Puffs, the play at my theater, and so they all say hi. Icever says, okay. He's like, what did I just walk into? Bro, MJZ, appreciate that, man. MJZ starting off the donations for today. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, my friend. Ever grateful to anybody donating and helping keep the Geek Stream alive. And you guys make this what it is. MJZ, where are you located, man? You coming to the excursion event? Philip Evans. This one behind me is not a diesel. It's a 6.8. But the one behind you, the camera, is, I have a 7.3 right over there. So it's, I have a couple. They're great. They're the best vehicle ever made in my mind. And I'll have them forever. And I'm the excursion guy. So the excursion event is right there. The link was just posted. Would love to have you guys go to that page and at least click if you're interested on Facebook. Trying to get a bunch of people there. It's at Maris Adventure Park in Texas. And So it's about as central in the United States as you can get. And I yeah, would love to have that. So yeah. Um Ice for or Ice VR, maybe that's what you are. I should get VR. I'm good. I don't need VR. Um Working with Walter. Walter, we would love to have you. I'm the same way. What's your drive from PA? I am like 26 hours. And if you were coming from the peninsula out on the other side of Washington, you'd be at like 30. So, MJZ, you're close enough, man. You better come. Mohammed, yeah, I'm a crazy man. Thank you. How rare are those excursions, and what's the cheapest someone could get one for? Silent Night. It depends on where you are. It's all about where you are in the country. I think I've seen some guys picking them up for $500. I mean, but typically up by me, a good deal on one is listed on Facebook Marketplace for like $2,500. Like I've been sending Grayson Camo, trying to get them to buy one so they can come to the event. And so, yeah. Yes, Mohammed, I've done a bunch of work. So yeah. Silent Night, that's awesome. A lot of guys, I see you guys working on coming, so that's awesome. Make sure you're on that Facebook group for updates. I need to send out an email again and get everybody to switch over to that Facebook group. It'll be easier to talk to everybody. Ice for, okay. That's okay, Philip. You can do the rock sliders like I did and get rid of that, make a rock slider setup out of it. And yeah. Thanks, Mohammed. Yeah, it's had a lot of work done. So yeah. It's a really fun truck and it does really well off-road, and I'm just really grateful to be able to share it with you guys. So it's really fun. Yeah, Silent Night, 100%. The rust can get really bad depending on where you're from. Jamie says, I don't like you well. Well, I'm sorry, Jamie, but I'm not everybody's cup of tea, so you can take off and find somebody else. Mohammed, great. That's great, Jamie. I'm married, so I don't need to be dated. So again, if you don't like me, you can skip to the next person. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't need to be liked by everybody, but I appreciate you coming by and telling me you don't like me, because that makes me feel really good. So yeah. Shadow to Wolf, what up? What's your favorite holiday made up by humans? As opposed to a holiday made up by, just questioning, just curious, aliens? I'm not a big holiday guy. I never have been. I do like Christmas. I do like some time off, Philip, this one's got 235 on it now. It's doing pretty good. It needs a whole bunch of, it needs coolant hoses currently. I need to do coolant hoses before the next trip, probably. Depends how big the tree is, Cody, because Bob would drive it over. Well, that's great, Jamie. You can go away. There's more than 3,000 gods made up by humans. Well, there's only one that's not, so I like that one. Owen says, what's your favorite organ? I don't know, the one in church? Whew. Mohammed, yeah, you found the space. You found the space, my friend. This is it's what my whole channel's about. Motors and suspension and body work, kind of. And yeah. Sauce, let's see that interior. It's right there. That's the interior. Lots of information on the channel, Sauce, if you want to check it out. Right now I'm just hanging out and talking to you guys, trying to get to know you. So yeah, working with Walter. 20 hours, 27. Walter, you're closer than me. I'm 26 hours. So no excuses, PA. Just kidding. I get it. It's a long way. It's a long way for me too. But I think you guys understand what I'm trying to do with you guys that are talking about driving far. I think you understand. I'm also saying I'm driving far. That was one of the big reasons to do it at Maris. I would love to do it right down the street from my house, right? But then it would take you 40 hours to get here and lose me, and that really sucks. That really sucks. So I wanted to be in the middle, try and make it to where the biggest people were only driving like 30. So, best shocks to run. No, Cody. The Bilsteins are not the best shocks. Exactly, MJ2. Not that far with cruise control. I'm driving it 26 hours on 40s at 12 miles per gallon. Just want to hang out with you guys. So I don't really care where this thing is. I want to hang out, and I wanted to choose the centralist spot I possibly could in this country. Grayson Camo just posted a great link for Cody Wills. He's asking about Bilstein shocks. Cody, I have upgraded, in my mind, big time, to Skyjacker Black Max shocks on my Excursion. Both of them are running Black Maxes, and they ride so much better. It's insane. They're actually cheaper too. It's right around $200 for the entire set. With my code Geeks4x410, get yourself 10% off. And I'm so impressed with the Skyjacker Black Maxes. I will not run anything else. I might go up higher in their line as I go up, but Skyjacker makes really, really smooth riding shocks, and that's 100% who I would recommend. They're also a sponsor, to be completely honest with you, but their shocks are incredible. So yeah. Well, my project car right now is an 07 HHR, painted in the 1943 cream yellow. I'm going to make the inside interior brown and beige. That's awesome, Silent Night. Learn to sand cars. Yeah, Bondo happens around here. I'm going to do airbrush and wood grain on the outside and inside. Freaking rad, Silent Night. Making a woody looking HHR. I love it. Don't do nothing about gloss paint. Yep. Use mine strictly as a tow. Philip. Yeah, that's perfect, my friend. That's why Excursions are awesome, because they can do all that. With an HHR? No, that was an SSR, Greg. GE Logos says he wants a Mercedes Classic. Yeah, those diesels are really cool. I always liked those. Even as a kid, liked those diesels and those Mercedes. Those were neat. So yeah, that's the idea. We just went through the Excursion event. Let you guys know about the Skyjacker code. Like I said, if you are looking for shocks, I will be honest with you about the Skyjacker shocks. If you are towing a lot and you don't like a little bit softer squish in that towing, honestly, the Bilstein might be a better shock. But if you're not towing every minute of every day and you want the truck to ride pretty darn good on the other side of things, there's not a better shock than the Skyjacker Black Max. The truck is so much better. I don't think anybody understands until they get them that all these every one of the guys that I've talked to about getting Skyjacker who's bought them, not a single one of them has come back and said, "Oh, I don't like it." So you have that. Thank you, Mohammed, for hanging out. Appreciate you being around. Yeah, Grayson Camo, except you have the ADX 2.0s, so you got like the more expensive shock. The Black Max is a whole different story. It's kind of impressive. It's just so impressive to me because it's a non-charged shock, and it just does work. Like, it just 10 out of 10 works. And so, but yeah, Grayson Camo have 20K on their ADX 2.0s now, and they're awesome. What up, Jason? How are you doing? We've got the Excursion community out live today. Love seeing you guys in the thing. I can't start a poll. Can I start a poll here? Oh, see, I can't do a poll in the chat anymore. So dumb. And there was supposed to be I was supposed to be able to set a monetary goal now, and I can't do that either. So there's lighting. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, neat. It's a lot of work for an HHR Silent Night, but you know what? You're going to have one of a kind. You're going to have a cool thing. So, yeah, GE logos. Painting the chassis is worthwhile. Grayson Camo actually, like, wire wheeled my entire frame when I started this build, or when I was close to finishing the first leg of the build, and we painted the whole frame with Rust-Oleum, and it needs to be done again. We're hard on stuff out in the dirt. So yeah. But Like I said, the super chat is open if you guys want to donate to the old geek here. Just hanging out and yeah. Saw my episode with Chris Hansen. You're my favorite creep. Love it, Nameless Man. Appreciate you coming in here, and I hope you're doing okay, because it's really weird to come on the internet and just hate on people. So I hope that was a great joke, and made me smile, so I appreciate you coming in here and telling a funny joke. Yeah, I don't think I have drugged the frame on rocks, though. It's just the dirt that just got in there. The frame hasn't been drug on rocks. Just the bumpers and everything else. It's fine. That's what it's for. And no, I have not washed Bob yet. He sat. So this is what my life looks like right now, guys. Just so you know, why I haven't been that active, and I just made it on live again. So, got home from Trail Hero, parked the truck outside. It was super smoky. We had massive fires. We had 2 fires like 10 miles from the house. Up in the mountains, and so it was like you couldn't even breathe. And so, thank you, Quaovo Gold. Just cut it off. Just go bald. Thanks, brother. So I got home from Trail Hero, super smoky. I parked the truck outside for one night. I was like, oh, I'm gonna wash it. And then the next day, super smoky again. I was like, I'm not washing that in the smoke. And so I put it in the garage. And that was what? October 6th, 5th, 4th? Have not touched it yet. Haven't even unloaded it. I took a jump box out of it today to make a video on, and the little projector I took out of it. I still haven't made the video on the projector, but I used it in a live video today to show it. And I took my impact out of it today for the first time. And then I, yeah, it literally has not been washed, has not been touched. So yeah, I went to work 6:30 the next day. Went to rehearsal after I was done at 2. I came home at 8, and then went to rehearsal at 2:30. Got home at 8. And that's what mine has been looking like for the last month. My life has been wake up at 6:30, get home at 8, eat dinner, go to Geeks 4x4 until 10, which is doing this stuff, and all the Amazon things trying to keep up. And then last weekend we were in California for a wedding, and it's been insane. Hi from Sweden. Alexander Catholic de Zavot says, are we talking about Cars Forward? Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't know about that, Flubbergas. I haven't tried that wax stuff yet. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a corrosion problem because, well, this truck, again, has been sitting in the same spot for 3 weeks. And so it doesn't really get driven much when it's at home. The biggest problem with water that it has is the fact that the windshield seal is not doing seal jobs. And so when it rains really hard when I'm driving it, it also rains inside the truck, which is very exciting. I need to get that fixed. I don't want to put a windshield in it, but if I'm going to do that, I might as well fix the windshield too. I'm really considering just putting some silicone in there, sanding it. But we'll see. It's more exciting to get dripped on when it's raining, honestly. Oh. It's entertaining. So yeah, that's what my life has been. Fastenal, Geeks 4x4, building the stuff. So, that's why this truck has not been touched. Yeah, I think it's just going to get silicone. I don't even know where to put it is the problem. I don't know if it's like under the seal or inside. I don't know. Working with Walter, yeah, it does not sound terrible. A V10 with a nice MagnaFlow or Flowmaster or whatever the heck is on it. I don't even remember what it is. That dumps before the axle. It's pretty good. And JBA headers. The headers really didn't change the sound that much, though, I don't think. I don't know. I don't remember. No, that dune video was after I had fixed the coolant hose. A couple days before the dunes, I blew the coolant hose up at like $6,000. So, yeah. Yeah, Nephron, you're kind of right. It's like an angry elephant. It's like, or like at the right tone, a Lambo. It's like the weirdest. It shouldn't sound the way it does, and it's crazy. Ramlander, you made it in here, man. What's up? Yeah, it's true. I can just do the one corner, though. I just don't know where it's, like, I don't know. I don't know how it's getting under. But I need to do it. Maybe you can do it when you're here. That's because I have tons of time. Well, I painted the frame of my Jeep because I had to do a video on some rust-killing paint. I need to go back here, and I'm looking at the skid plate on my gas tank, and it needs it too. The Jeep's getting dailied now, so I should probably fix some of these rust things before it starts snowing. It's fine. Hey, if you're in here and you haven't hit that like button, you should do that. And if you did not know that we are doing a food excursion only event in Texas. If you don't own an excursion, sorry, you can't come. Even if we're friends, sorry. Yeah. Unless I'm putting you to work, then I'm making you come, and you can bring your other junk. But you should buy an excursion to come to the event. Yeah, so that's in Maris Adventure Park in Texas, and yeah. Yes, Nephron, I know. I recognize your name. Let's chat about it, my friend. The Excursion Facebook page is right there, the Excursion event page, and then the Maris link is right there. Working with Walter says he's got a 5-inch tip and headers. Well, the 5-inch tip is not helping the sound, my friend. I'm not a big tip fan. Even my 7.3 has, it might be a 5-inch tip, but it's a 4-inch exhaust from the turbo. So, yeah. Okay, so Nephron is asking about diesel conversion. He saw my reply. So here's my deal, Nephron. Like I said in that thing, let's two things. I almost talk about it almost every week on this. Dejan, hang on just a second. That is awesome, my friend. That's how my excursions came to be. My grandpa bought them. There's a whole thing on there. It identifies a Prius. Nice. Yeah, so let me answer Nephron's question, Dajon, if you're good to hang out for a couple minutes, and let's talk about getting 37s on that excursion. My problem, Nephron, is that when you try and re-engineer something that an engineer has done, not that we all love engineers, but they have like tested this and really tried to figure out how to make all this work. And when you try and do it as a guy in a garage, and I'm saying this is the biggest hypocrite ever because I literally cut the back of a truck off and had to rebuild the whole fuel system, right? But like the reliability just goes away, doesn't go away, but goes down. And as much as you could put a better engine in there or do this or that, there's still some parts of that swap that are going to be your weak points. And as much as I like it, as much as I know that better engine and better this or better that, or I think it would be cool, that 7.3 Godzilla swap, I think it'd be freaking sick with a 10-speed. Like, I would love that. But it's just so difficult to make it reliable even as reliable as a crappy V10, right? And a V10's not crappy. So yeah. So All-Star Sports, we're not talking about politics, so I'm not going to answer that. Dejan said he recently put his father's 03, wants to lift and put 37s on it. So here's the deal, Dejan. Tell me what you want to do with it, my friend. What's the plan? Do you want to wheel this thing? Do you just want to look cool? Yeah, tell me what you want. You want to tow still with it? What do you want? Frankie did say the last time that he saw a Prius, Excursion identified as a Prius. That's pretty funny. Edwin says big wheels and tires are a huge waste of performance. Edwin, you're right mostly, but unless you want to drive over rocks, then it's cool. Is a Mazda CX-7 reliable? Depends. Dejan to look cool. Okay, so do you want like a big lift and stuff? The 37s, you can fit them with like a 3-inch lift if you're willing to trim. But if you want to look cool and have a big lift and all that stuff, you I forget, maybe 6, maybe 8 would look okay with 37s. Honestly, when you get into the big lifts like that to fit your 37s and looking cool stuff, that's not my particular MO. I do know that Skyjacker makes a nice 6-inch kit, and I have a code, get you 10% off. It's Geeks 4x410, and that'll get you 10% off at Skyjacker. They've got a 6-inch kit. You could trim a little bit for those 37s, have a 6-inch kit, and be, it would look really good, I think. With 6-inch with 37s, I think would look really nice. That would be my like, if I was going to run 37s, want to look cool and not worry about keeping the center of gravity low to flex and go off-road and stuff, I think a 6-inch lift would be really nice. So Skyjacker makes a nice kit, soft ride springs, the whole setup, and then Geeks 4x410 gets you 10% off at Skyjacker. Ted says he wants a rock bouncer that can win King of the Hammers. Yep, that's gonna be some money, Ted, but I would love it. Nephron, yeah, dude, daydreaming is awesome. I totally agree. But that's just like the hard right answer, right? Like, again, the daydreaming for me is like a 7.3 Godzilla or a brand new Excursion with a 6.7 in it and 10-speed and stuff, just to have that 10-speed transmission. So here's why I'm interested in the big transmission is, so Grayson Camo, they have that white Gladiator that I always do comparison videos with, is Grayson Camo's. And that Gladiator is on 40s. It's getting 20 miles per gallon going down the highway. And we drive our vehicles everywhere. And 20 miles per gallon would be insane from from this Excursion. Like, I would love to get killer gas mileage. And so that would be really cool to have that 10-speed to be able to essentially idle down the freeway, not have it go to crazy RPMs, climb and stuff, do all that stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. Lord Snooty says, why are U.S. cars so much bigger than UK ones? Because U.S. is bigger and better, my friend. Everything here is bigger. Yeah, Dejan, check out Skyjacker, my friend. They have the nicest leaf springs around. They're all USA made, and great company, USA based, family owned, the whole deal. And then you can get 10% off with that Geeks 4x410 code. Get you a really nice lift kit, and then you can fit your 37s on there really nice. So, Koala Man 33 says, have you looked at how we set up our vehicles in Australia? Yes, I have. And you guys set them up very similar to the way I build vehicles, except that I run a bigger tire than you guys. But keeping all the weight low and all that stuff, that's exactly what I've done with this truck. It's on like 1.5 inches of lift, and I cut everything out of the way to fit the big tires. You guys are kind of restricted by legal stuff, right, for your tire sizes? Explain to me that, Koala Man. I think you guys have some some legal issues with going with like a really big tire. Is that right? Ramlander says, what about doing a year vendors? It's an interesting idea, Ramlander. I have thought of it. The 4-speed's kind of rough. It's a 1-to-1 at the end, so I don't know if you can get lower, like an underdrive, essentially. It's not like it doesn't have that overdrive gear. But, and the 7.3 gets like 17, so it's not, the 7.3 is not the problem. It's just this one. It's just wild to me that Jeep with the 3.6 can get 20 miles per gallon with 40s. It's crazy. Sorry, Ossifer says 35s fit nice with 4-inch lift. That's awesome. V10 sounds great, but I don't know if it matches Ford. You're so right, Lime Turboon. I totally agree. Johnny Edity, okay. Limestein Turbine says hi. We can really only go 33. Yes, so that's the thing, Koala Man. It's just such a bummer. Yeah, double overdrive might be cool. That's the bummer down there. So I think I've taken some of that into perspective. A lot of what you guys do, what you see online is like the big trucks that are lifted really tall or whatever like that in the U.S. And those are not people that are actually wheeling them, or they're like mud trucks. So down in the southeast, we've got these like guys that'll build massive mud trucks and just go drive through the deepest mud holes they can find, which is insane. Not something I like to do. But you need to be super lifted to stay out of the water and keep the tires in and all that stuff. But this truck right here, if you've seen it around or you follow the channel or whatever, it's on like 1.5 inches of lift, and then I just cut the body out of the way of what I needed to, and then I cut the bottom of the doors up. So I took everything and I went like this. I took it down, like, so I tried to keep everything up into the body versus bringing the body up, like, you know, so I went from the bottom instead of from the top. My Jeep's the same way. So I kind of taken everything and tummy tucked it and, you know, pushed everything up. I like the way you guys build vehicles, honestly, and that's the way I like to build them. Low center of gravity, big time changes things. This truck feels so good on a trail, comparatively to, I cannot imagine being taller. You got the Land Cruiser, the Hilux. Oh, really? You guys are getting some American trucks, huh? Giggity. I still actually have the mounts for the third row. So essentially what I did is I can show you, or you can come to the event. There's videos on here that show what it is, but like you have a behind the wheel well and the D pillar, I guess is what it is, the hoop around the hatch. There's like a foot or maybe like 15 inches, and now mine is only 3. So like that's the difference. That's where it came out, is right in that flat spot of the floor behind the rear fenders is where it came out. So Ramlander, portals are interesting. I am such like a simplicity guy that honestly, I'm not a huge fan of portals. I don't like having that much more complexity. It's like a computer. Like the cool thing about portals, the better thing about portals is that they're just gears. So that's better. So maybe I would run them, but I don't need that much height. I can't imagine. I'd have to figure out what to do with these axles because they would be riding on the frame to keep this truck that low with a portal. I just don't want to be high. But they make a ton of sense. Like Nate's running them on that IFS Toyota, the Girth Brooks or whatever he calls it. And I haven't seen that truck in person, but maybe I saw it in Moab or something. It's extremely wide, but it is really impressive what he's made that thing do as far as flex goes with IFS because of those portals and stuff. To buy a new Land Cruiser is over $100K, so people just pay a bit more and buy a new Ram. Interesting. Rather buy a new Ram down in Australia. Are you in Australia or are you in New Zealand, Koala Man? Yeah, I would love to come down there. You're in Australia, okay. So yeah, like I would love to come down there and explore. My wife and I have never been, and she's a travel agent and stuff, so we keep talking about going down and exploring. And I'm like, I think I have enough followers there that if I post it up, you guys would help me get out on the dirt and stuff. Maybe get a vehicle or at least get a ride with you guys and go out and explore. There looks like there's incredible, you call them tracks, incredible tracks down there to go explore, and up on the beaches and stuff. That island I feel like I've seen and stuff. I would love to come down there and explore. So someday I'll get down there. Do you guys even have, like, do you have an excursion down there at all? I don't know that I've ever met anybody from Australia with an excursion. And not that I've met the people from, but I had a guy commenting this week that was from Poland that had an excursion. I know there's a guy from, it's right around Germany with one. There's a guy from Finland with one. They're pretty rare over in Europe and other countries, but I'm curious. Have you ever seen an excursion in Australia, or do you know if they exist? Because maybe what I need is to fly an excursion. There's to ship an excursion down there, and we all go hang out and go do the tracks down there, and we see if we can build an excursion down there, and then I just leave it. I don't know. Like you said, the police thing's rough down there. I've seen some things where you guys are like getting vehicles taken if they're not compliant, which is terrifying. Yeah. I don't know. I get to build an excursion on 33s. That's fine. It'd be small comparatively. It is really small. But I loved watching the, is it 4-wheel drive 24/7 guys or whatever. They came out and did a bunch of the trails. I've done a bunch of those trails that they did. And it was cool to watch them do it with like the Dirty 30 and all that. So, Nephron, California on steroids, dude. Yeah, it's I grew up in California. It's pretty bad, but it's not that bad. Like, California seems like that from the outside, but actually, when you live there, they're not as strict on the stuff as they seem from the outside. It's like there's guys that have California street legal pre-runners running around down there, and you're like a full-on race truck. And you're like, how did that get legal? But these guys are getting, can't pass smog for whatever they're passing, and these other trucks have freaking plates on them. You're like, what? Koala Man, the Excursion is the same as that 250. Kind of, yeah. So it's the same body as the 2000s, the same front end as the 2000s F250s, but it's an SUV rear end. Obviously, this one's bobbed, so it's a little shorter. But basically an F250 SUV. I know that like the Troopy van existed in some places, and like what's the other one? I think the Troopy van is the one that's in Brazil. That's kind of similar. It's got like a Focus trunk or something, though. It's really weird. It would make sense if you guys would have that one, I guess. Pretty much, Ramlander. Yeah, they're going to have to know a guy. Thanks, double, triple, 80. To come into somebody's live and just pick on them. Are you doing okay? Just checking on you. Just, is that what you do on the internet? Just walk around and troll? Like, just want to check if you're doing okay. I feel really bad for you. I apologize that your life has gotten that low. And I pray for you, man. Pray for you to feel better. YT, man, I'm sorry you're sad. It's a bummer. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that you feel like crap. But I am so glad that you walked into my life, that I can just spread some positivity in your life, tell you that you're awesome, tell you to keep going. And thank you guys for being here, and I appreciate you. So thanks for being real and talking and tell us how you feel. So thanks for coming. Have a better day. Jason, yeah, man. The live thing is wild. I get that, Qual. I was just curious. Yeah, it's been a wild day. Again, I'm not you're good, 000, man. Have a great day. Just take that positivity, run with it. Things are gonna get better for you, my friend. And keep rolling, keep working your butt off. The world will give you back. Get that good karma going. Giggity. Yeah, dude, I don't know. You know what's crazy? So my dad's dad was bald at 20. And so I'm doing great. I've made it another 10 years. YT, man, why did I cut the rear fenders off the truck? So this truck is bobbed, so Ramlander, why did I do live here? Go Steelers, all right. Who the Steelers playing today, Walter? After you repaired and boxed the frame, any other takeaways from the situation? Debating on same on mine. Nephron, I haven't gained anything. Oh, guys, the gas pumps. Somebody asked about the rear fender being cut. It's not really cut. This is actually the factory lip right here. And then this is different right here because this is where I bobbed it. So that's different right there. Guys, I got to show you the gas pump thing. Gas pumps exist. I don't know if I got the first one ever, but my buddy from Spokane who came down to Trail Hero. I don't know if he's going to be in here or not, but he brought me one 3D printed gas pump. It's alive, guys. It exists. I'm so glad you said something about that, Jason, because I meant to bring this up and show you guys in the live. So that's awesome. Yeah, first gas pump. This is from Buddy in Spokane. So awesome. Also, I wheeled with other excursions for the first time, and they were both 6 liters. So I don't know. They both made it, so that's great. Go Seahawks. Sorry, go Hawks. Yeah. An injection mold of it. I'm not making any money on this. He just printed this. This is not me printing this. I don't have a 3D printer. So, the injection mold thing would be cool. Yeah, dude, I don't know. But the gas pumps exist, and if you're coming to the event, I'm betting the gas pumps are going to be handed out. So, just saying, if you want one, come to the event, because I bet that gas pumps will happen. Yeah, dude, I'm not making any money, Jason. You know that. Ramlander, you asked why I chose to do this live, or why I choose to do live on YouTube. Honestly, the biggest reason is because it gives you guys the opportunity to donate. And a lot of other places don't really do that, and YouTube does okay at giving me most of that money. So, like, people are super generous, and I really, really appreciate you guys. But it's also, like, not that it's not worth my time, but it's nice when I get a couple dollars, and that's really cool. And I don't know, YouTube works well. Everybody can get YouTube on their TV, or everybody can get YouTube anywhere. I don't use Facebook on my phone, so I haven't actually ever done Facebook Live. I've been live on Instagram before. It's kind of weird. I don't know. It just seems to work nicer in my mind on the thing. And like I said, it gives the ability. I'm not out here to make money. I try and stress that a ton, but I also just, like, when you guys want to be generous, I want to make it easy, and I want to also be able to appreciate you, so, like, and give the opportunity. So I appreciate all of that. After we repaired and boxed the frame, yeah, so Nephron, I would have them box the frame as soon as you do it. Are you gonna wheel yours? I forget. Are you gonna, like, crazy wheel yours like the idiot that drives this truck, or what? Yeah, Jason, you better put a patent on these. You gotta watch out. Again, I'm not the one printing them, so I'm going to make nothing. I'm going to be the guy promoting them. So, people need to pay me. Just kidding. This is like an old school one. It has, like, the lights on top of it and stuff. So, freaking rad. Yeah. YT Man, injection mold's an interesting idea. I like the idea, too. But I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do any of this, guys. Maybe that's what Geeks 4x4 should sell. I don't have a product, but maybe my product is gas pumps. Nephron, you coming to the event? You gonna have this thing done in time to like actually come to the event and see? Let me show you how capable this dang excursion could be. That could be the X-Ducks Tycoon. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Nephron, I wouldn't worry too much about boxing that frame then. The other big thing I did for actually wheeling the truck, I don't know if this got on the videos, or I think it did. The transmission pan skid plate, I did a 2x2 bar, or a 1.5 by 1.5, 3/16 bar between the two mounts, and so that made it to where those mounts can't do this anymore. So they can't do anything, those 4-link mounts. I use them as rock sliders way too much, and they're not going anywhere. So, but we do love, so Grayson Camo are like, when I guide trails, they're my mid gunner and my tail gunner, and our favorite thing is taking somebody that doesn't know anything about off-roading and teaching them. That's the reason I guide trails. That's the reason we run the easier trails with the guided stuff. And it's a blast. It's a good time. Hey, that's okay, Walter. You can be on leafs. My white truck is currently still on leafs, except my coil swap pile is growing, my friends. I grabbed an axle a couple weeks ago. I didn't even tell you guys about this, Grayson Camo. Yeah, man. So Nephron, you're getting Cummins put in yours, right? It's pretty cool. Isaiah Clark, the 100 gift thing. I appreciate that. I don't even know what all that does, but I appreciate it, whatever it is. Walter, yeah, Leafs is just fine. Yeah, so I found it popped up on Facebook. I don't know when I got home, or was it last Monday? No, it was the Monday before. I just saw it on Facebook Marketplace. It's a guy had like taken down, sandblasted, and repainted a coil swap. Bob's old axles. You can take the white truck's axles when they get out. Bob's axles are gone. But I have I bought another front. So I have it's got the knuckles are sitting right there. So now I have the knuckles. I have the control arm mounts. I have the steering stabilizer mount, and I have the front axle and the rear axle. The front axle is just a strip axle though. It's got 373s in it, and it needs ball joints and brakes and hubs and all the stuff. But yeah. Yeah, Giggity. Totally get it. Correct. 6.7, but mechanical injected versus VE pump. Oh, okay. You have a Reddit posted on it. Has speed of air pistons. Stupid my dude, that should be sick. That's gonna be really cool. Again, I'm not against swaps, but you kind of understand what I'm saying with like is your cruise control gonna work? And is your air conditioner going to work? And like all that stuff. You're paying a shop to do it. So in my mind, all that stuff better work, right? When you get it back, you're going to be like, yeah, this needs to work. Where when you do it, like for me, I do it myself. And would I get around to making the air conditioner work? F no. Like, I would never do that. So, because it would either cost way too much money or do whatever. Have I ever heard a 6.7 with a 9-blade on the Rumble tune? I can't say that I have, Tony, but that sounds like it'd be fun. Giggity. Yeah. So, Giggity. Yeah, we all have front cameras, so I don't ever use it. I just drive over and hope there's something there. Jason, yeah, I totally agree. I can't imagine paying a shop, but if you have the means to do it and to get somebody to do it, like that would be really nice. Yeah, Walter. So they used to make, I think it was Sprint Tex that made a supercharger for the V10 years ago. And if I come across, and I should have bought, there was one on Marketplace that was wrecked with a turbo on it, a V10 Excursion that was wrecked. I should have bought it. We should have built it for Greg. And I should have ripped the supercharger off of it and put it on Bob. But if that comes up again and I have the cash, and that was a problem. I never have the cash, but like, if that kind of stuff comes up, like I'm going to try and jump on that. Cause if I find a supercharger for it, I'm going to freaking put a supercharger on Bob. It just has to be the right, like there was one that came up recently. The guy wanted $5,000. I was like, the heck, I paid less for the truck. Dude, Nephron, I totally support that poor financial decision. I freaking love it, and I want to see the truck when it's done. I so hope that you're going to be at the event. You need to get that thing done, make sure, because I would love to have you do that. Jason, I think that people do. It's not right for the Excursion application, because it's not like you're doing just, like you need it once, at a pull. You need it all the time. Yes, Giggity, you have to trust that your friends actually like you and your vehicle. That's the other part of it. Smooth Operator, 6.0 or 7.3, which one do I choose? Well, Smooth Operator, I have never owned a 6-liter, so I do own a 7.3, still own it to this day, so I'm going to pick a 7.3. If you're going to give me like an ultimatum like that, I'm going to pick a 7.3 every day. I've been told the 6 liters are fast. I've been told that they can be really good with a lot of money, but not that things. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Sorry, Ossifer. Pro Charger has Whipple and Kenny Bell made it. Interesting. Yeah, so I don't know a ton about that. I just know that I've seen a couple of them with superchargers now, and I'm like, somebody made it. Like, let's see if this exists at any other time in the world. So, if a supercharger fell in my lap, it would go on Bob. Let's put it that way. I did hear something about that, though. The Pro Charger 5.4 kit, I guess it will fit. Is that... I don't know how you would put it. You'd have to get a different intake manifold because it is missing cylinders. So, like, I don't know how it would fit. Because I've heard a couple people ask about that. Can you fit a 5.4 kit? I'm like, well, the physics of that don't make sense because the 5.4 has 8 cylinders. And if you do the math, the V10 has 10 cylinders. And there's going to be 2 without anything on top of them because the intake manifold's not the exact same, I don't think. It's a centrifugal. What does that mean? It's a belt driven, from everything I've seen. Smooth operator, yeah. It's a freaking killer engine, and I love it. Oh, interesting. Oh, talk to me more, Walter. Talk to me more. Pro Charger currently makes that kit? Not bolted to the intake. Where is it? So is it in line before the throttle? Is it instead of the throttle body? Set up like a turbo. So the exhaust has to run through it? Oh, no, okay. Like a belt-driven turbo. All right. A monster supercharger on a V10. Again, this will really help my fuel mileage, I'm sure, guys. Thanks for helping my fuel mileage. It's really going to help. Oh, man. Yeah. I don't know. Runs off the belt still. Okay. So is it like, it's like in line before... Yeah, does it replace the throttle body then? Yeah, I already stopped 6 times on the way to Utah. Oh, the big ones are crank. Yeah, I don't know a ton about it, obviously. I know enough about turbos because of the 7.3, the fact that I've owned the 7.3 for 25 years, but I really don't know very much about superchargers and stuff. I've never owned a vehicle with a supercharger. We worked on, it's like a Buick or something that has a supercharger on it that we worked on when I worked at Sears, that we found some vacuum lines and stuff. The thing wasn't really working. And the lady was really happy when she left because the car was like twice as fast as when she came in. Interesting. It's like a $5,000 kit, though, I bet. Like, again, just need to wait for that wrecked one again. Grab the wreck truck, cut the roof off of it for Greg, because that's what Grayson Camel wants, is an Excursion with a windshield and no other roof. Build a full cage, and then, yeah. The problem is I just can't bring myself to spend $5K on that. I'm going to buy another Excursion for $5K. Like, I want to save more Excursions than I want a supercharged Bob. Does that make sense? Like, supercharger sounds fun, but I'd like to grab another Excursion and save it versus supercharging this dumb one. Although I love this dumb truck. Pretty sick. So the supercharger would, again, have to fall in my lap. But, and again, Bob doesn't need to be fast. That's the other side of this. I would love the sound of the supercharger. I would love all this stuff. Yeah, guys, we need to figure out this unlimited money glitch just like in this thing. You guys all keep watching these videos and sharing them with your friends. And then when I start buying Excursions, I'll sell them to you for cheap if you tell me that you watched me from the beginning, you know. In the beginning, meaning, well, I've only been doing this for 6 years, so it's the beginning. Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad, Jason. It's actually a hilarious comment. That comment I just hid was the guy said, I look like a guy that buys bottle farts online, which is kind of funny. Yeah. Old Paxton or Vortex? What? What? Sorry, Ossifer? Yeah. I'm not worried. The thing with Bob is I really just want the sound of the supercharger. Like, feed pipe into the throttle body. Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, I just really want the sound of the supercharger. I want that whine. I really don't need any of the effects. Yes, Nephron. Yes. Also, gas tank duck. Yeah, it's like we all joke about the V10. I think it's the funniest thing. And maybe you guys are the ones on the forum saying this, so don't get offended when I say this. But when people are like on the Facebook page saying that their V10s are super fast, I just like laugh because the V10 is not anything. It is a lot of things. It is a ton of things. It's a really good motor. But fast is never, ever a word that I've thought of to explain my V10. No. My 7.3 will absolutely drag this truck's butt everywhere. But this truck sounds cool. There you go, Giggity. That's the deal. I have seen, yeah, tell me, the 4-valve guys, is that the one in that Crown Vic? Exactly, Jason. Fast enough for an 8K SUV. Yes, totally, Nephron. That's why people like think the Chevys are fast, and it's really just the fact that they make really good noise. And yeah, the V10's that way. It's not fast. It's just like the whatever that is driving by. Like the 7.3 is not fast either, but like the torque that will throw you through the seat is insane. Like it's just crazy. Yes, Walter, I've seen that one, and I need to look into it a little bit more. Forget what heads they put on it and stuff. It's cool. Vape King, yes, you're a vape hog though, so. Oh, yeah, Jason, it is. It's getting bad, man. Somebody got a stat the other day. It was like they made 200K excursions and only 50 are still on the road, which seems low to me. That would still be on the road. You see them so often. I make kids be nice. Okay, that's fine. Would you rather have Cheeto fingers or a hood made of skin? Cheeto fingers, always. The best truck is a Ford Excursion. It's right there. Yeah, seems like all of them are in Florida. No, there's tons up here. They're and the market up here. Shh, don't tell anybody. This is the better place to buy because there's not rust and they're cheap. For some reason, people do not care about these trucks up here, and they don't have rust on them. Kansas Freeman. Now, this is a 6.8 liter. This is a V10. I have a 7.3. It's over there. Don't own a 6 liter yet. Definitely see one on the road once a month here in North Texas. You're in North Texas, Nephron? You can walk to Maris. You better be at the event. Push that truck to Maris if you can't get it running. Jeez Louise. We always upload. What up? Ask your question. Always be uploading. Hit that like button. Do the thing. NBA team like the Los Angeles Lakers or the Boston Celtics or the Miami Heat? Like that kind of NBA team? 'Cause, 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 'cause Great. Well, the Los Angeles Lakers, because they're my favorite team. The Lake Show. No bear, excuse me. Also, hit that like button. The like button exists for you guys to hit. O2 Jetta TDI. It doesn't matter, man. You need to come to the event, even if you can walk. Kansas Freeman. Yes, this truck is coil swapped. There is videos on my channel if you want like a how-to on how to do the coil swap. But like, yeah, I kind of made some how-to videos and stuff on how to do the coil swap on these trucks. So shoot away, any questions? I've done it. I've walked a bunch of people through it, and I've done it myself once I have more parts sitting on the thing. Do an OBS Ford. I don't own an OBS, so it's a little hard to do it. Probably. We'll just put it on a trailer. Somebody will have a trailer there. Giggity, what did you forget about? Giselle says hi. What's up? Just rolling, hanging out, guys. I'm so glad to be back on the live and be hanging out with you. The super thanks thing is open if you want to donate to Geeks 4x4. Yeah, the event's coming up. That's in North Texas. If you want to come, that's going to be pretty much the national event. I'm hoping to do one every year. So be at the beginning one. Be at the first one. We are talking about it a ton. Outlaw is so down and going to help out to do stuff. And then, yeah, we're going to do all kinds of things. So Kansas Freeman says, what's the tow capacity for an Excursion? Gross vehicle is like 20K on an Excursion. So it puts your trailer weight right around 10.5-ish, pushing 11,000 pounds. I think the rating is like right around 10. I don't really pay attention. I have a 7.3. I don't really care. It doesn't care. So yeah, there's all the links right there. The other cool thing that I do, guys, I like to remind you guys of this in the lives here, is that I've got an Amazon store, and all the products on there, I've got tons of Excursion products on there. So sometimes it's hard to find things or like want to know if it's good or not. Everything that's on my store, I've tried. And if I didn't like it or I got rid of it or something, I've deleted it off those lists. So I'm out here testing things and making sure that the Amazon products are actually decent before I put them on the list, so that you guys can go find a crank position sensor for a 7.3 or door seal things, or stuff like that. The lock actuator motors. Excuse the yawn. Leprosy says, ever wondered about my purposes in life? No, sir, I have not. My purpose is to love on people and to I think my purpose is to educate and help people and make them feel confident in the things they want to do. And that's part of what I'm doing right now, and part of why I'm building this community, and part of why I care about all you people. Because I just freaking care about you, and I just want you to do what you want, and I want you to be able to build the coolest Excursion you want. And I also want to be friends with you, so it'd be awesome. So here I am, doing my best to care about people. Jesus Christ loved on people. So it's not serving Jesus Christ, it's loving on people like Jesus Christ. First thing to check is the sensor on the master cylinder. Again, on the Amazon store. Sure. Yeah, Jason, there's a sensor, again, the Amazon store. There's a sensor on the master that has a plug on it. There was a recall on. So you should buy one anyway, just to make sure it got done. Because it bursts into flames if it doesn't. And And yeah, so pretty cool. Pretty simple. It's like a 7/8 wrench. Just take it out. Don't push the pedal or anything. Somebody said you had to like bleed it and stuff. I've never had any issues just changing it out and putting it back in. Yeah. Nephron, the reason I picked North Texas is because it's about as central as I can get in the entire U.S. So I actually looked up almost as far north as I could, and like, isn't it Massachusetts? It's up at the top. And then I looked down in like Miami for the like all the time distance traveled, and then I know my own, right? My own is 26 hours. It's about the same from every corner of the country away from it. And except California, those guys, they get a break because they have to live in California and they have to pay terrible taxes. So I figured, they need to come. Why are you trying to save what's left of your hair? I'm not trying to save it. I don't know why people think I'm trying to save it. I'm just cutting it and living my life. Dang. That is crazy, Sony Michelle. That's a lot of water, my friend. Hopefully your house is okay, and hopefully all of your family is safe. That is wild. Yeah. So anyway, what did you say? Does a wheel speed sensor come into play? No, it actually doesn't. Jason, I've never changed the brake fluid in my 0173 either. It has 350,000 miles on it, 25 years. It's fine. KO man, I have a 2016 Edge. The PTU is leaking. That's not great. Because that's a single unit. You gotta pull the whole PTU out of there, split it, put some new RTV on the case, and put it back together. And hopefully everything is okay in the PTU. Depending on how many miles are on it, because maybe the oil's never been changed, because they didn't have a drain plug on that year. Too bad. Great vehicle though. Love my 2016 Edges. I freaking love the Edges. They're awesome. Nephron, just get off work right now. 190 kilometer. On yours, KO man, I can't remember what year they started putting a drain plug in them. I believe that mine has a drain plug. It's a 2016 though. I think it might have been 2016 is the first year of the drain plug. If it doesn't have a drain plug, you can get one of those sucker tools and suck out the fluid before you pop it open, and that will be nice. So yeah. Yeah, cruise control on these trucks, and how I know it has nothing to do with the wheel speed sensors is because there's no wheel speed sensors in the front of Bob. So, yeah. Hurricane in Jamaica, that is wild. Yes! Yeah, you got to watch out for Hector, always. 6 music, no problem, KO, man. Good luck. That's a bummer. That's a hard, not a super easy fix, but doable. Worth fixing though. You don't even have that many miles on that. 190 kilometers is like what? 110,000 miles, 115. It's brand new. Yeah, so technically there is a wheel speed sensor on the rear after the swap for that's a factory sensor, and that's what your speedometer gets its speed from, is what's on the rear. Oh, well, that's fun, giggity. That's a new one. You must have a V10 because they have the cable. Well, they're cable driven, so it will actually hold the thing. Interesting. You might consider cleaning your throttle body. So I don't know if there's enough gunk in that throttle body that it's catching or something, or what. But that is sweet and sketchy. Awesome. Cool. Guys, why do we drive 25-year-old vehicles? Why? We're morons, that's why. Let's be morons together. Love it. Love it, love it. Yeah. But yes, the wheel speed, like I said, that's the one that the speedometer uses. Because we're cheap. Yep. Yes, we died like real men. But we're not going to die. We're driving the tank. So, Wayne the Pain, R.I.P. Paul. Yes, sir. I miss Paul Walker for sure. Really bummed that the Fast and Furious franchise movies since he passed away really just have not been great. And, yeah. DK has a 01 Suburban. Good to maintain and reliable. It's got a 5.3 in it. You know, DK, that is a nice rig there with the underpowered motor, but the great motor for reliability in all those. We had those growing up, the generation before Suburbans actually. Then we had like a 95 or something. And we put lots of transmissions in them, which is why we bought Fords. And they've been better. But everything breaks, and it is what it is. And that 01 Suburban, great rig. As long as you don't tell me it's the same as my Excursion, we can be great friends. Ryan, you got a 91 F-150 with a Toyota 2JC in it. That's sweet. Giggity, you're only able to disconnect the cable because it's old. That's what I do. Yeah. 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 It's, yeah, because you get stuck with the stupid cruise control on and one of these new ones, you blow the thing up. I can't say your name. Kind Vader. Yeah, it's so I cut out 12 inches. So, of the body, and then like the bumpers and stuff tucked it some more, but the body is 12 inches shorter than the thing. And actually, fun fact, this stripe right here is the same width as I cut out. So this white stripe there is the same width as what I cut out. So yeah, pretty cool. And this scratch is the same width as no, that's from Hard Right Turn. We hit a little harder this time, Greg. It just kissed it. Not a big deal. How's my 4R? You know? Yeah. BTS is great. Yes, Giggity. That's why the stripe is there. Because the cut is right here. So like you can see the seam. Like you see that bump right there? That's the seam. And so we had to paint it somehow, and so I bonded it and painted it right there. Yeah, you weren't there, Greg. Pat goes, it just hits a little bit. And I was like, I can hear it. It sounds like a little bit. It's fine. I just drove up it. My 4R has been okay. Knock on wood. Yeah, I need to cut in there and like I have to do an interesting I did only a 2-point turn and I should have done a 3, I think is the thing. So, it's fine. We'll get it. But then you lean more when you're over further. So it's like a double, yeah. I don't know. I even drove over the rocks on the left side. Like I was way up left before I started it. So I don't know. Caleb, Pickle Pepsi, great. He's back on here. Glad you're just rolling back through talking about these pickling Pepsis. Caleb, you should hit the like button. That'd be better. But yeah, Giggity, that's why the stripe is there. A lot of people ask about the stripe before they realize it's been bobbed. They go, why does it have a racing stripe on it? And I say, well, that's because it's been bobbed. Meet Bobbert, the Excursion. So yeah. yeah, it's fun. This excursion has been really fun, guys. It's I would recommend to everyone who loves excursions to buy a second excursion, because then you can have one that you don't care about and one that you really care about. And the one that you don't care about will soon become your favorite, because then nothing matters. Just drive it. They say the average car is going to cost $50,000. Do you think you would have to get a cosigner for now on when you buy an expensive car? Cool Cat Renee. Well, I'll never buy a new car, so no, and I wouldn't need a cosigner anyway. So, yeah. Caleb, what time is it for me? For me, it is 5:48 p.m. See, 2 is 1, 1 is none. See, exactly. You just do the math, and you tell your wife, 2 is 1. And 1 is just like having none. So I only have 1, even if you see, or none, even if you see 2. Live in the second one outside the house. Oh, that's stellar. We need to write that one down. Thoughts on using Linux? You know, if you like the look of that, Nephron, you know, more power to you. Personally, again, I'm just a guy spewing my opinions online. Freaking hate it. I freaking hate Rhino-aligned vehicles, Linux vehicles. I don't understand why you would want your vehicle to have texture. The pinstripes are really not that bad. As you can see, like, look at this truck, right? Can you guys even see? Wait till you see this thing in person. Because can you even see that this whole panel is pinstriped like all freaking get out? You have no... I'm not going to wax it either before then. And if I ever actually waxed it, most of it would come out. So it's not a big deal. My second excursion will be what should have been the first 4x4 limited 7.3. Yeah. Yeah, see, Giggity gets it. That's why I have the 7.3 first, and then I bought this junk. Roman the Great, no sir. Still got a little tiny 6.8 in it. It's the worst. Jonathan, I recognize your name, I think. What is up? Welcome to the live. But yeah, Nephron, personally, not a big fan of Linux. Not a big fan of that stuff. Jonathan Cox, no. No, I won't. I think my wife would be mad. You got that one, Greg? Only 300 seconds. You didn't put them out for the whole time? Wow, rude. But yeah, exactly. Go find the really nice one for your second one, and then build the first one into something crazy. It's just like an interesting... I totally get it. I totally get not having to. But I also just like the freedom that is given me on this one is fun as I look down the side of this thing at all the rock crash. And the dents. Oh, this poor truck, man. This truck. But the places it's been, I don't think... I think quite a few of the places it's been, no other excursion has been. So that's kind of cool. That's what I keep telling myself when I do dumb stuff. It's like, is it the first excursion through here? Has to be. I really think it's the first. It's possibly the first excursion. Maybe it's not the first excursion up the chute. I don't know. It's possibly the first excursion up the chute. It's possibly the first excursion. I'm pretty sure it's the first excursion up hard right. I think it's the first excursion through the pickle. I think it's the first excursion up hard left. Like, yeah. Parts are easier to find when they're on their part sex in the yard. Jason, you're not wrong. I'm not a part sex, though. I'm gonna have it running. I'm not a guy that just has it sitting in my yard doing nothing. That's not my thing. Yeah, you're right, Grayson Camo. It's the first bobbed excursion up everything it's done, because nobody else is dumb enough to bob an Excursion. It's dumb. I totally agree. Why would you want an Excursion with a 23-gallon gas tank? That's the real question. I gotta fix that. Got to fix that. Big time. I wonder if I'll have time before EJS. It'd be really nice to drive to Texas with more gas than. But then we're still gonna have to stop because Greg can't figure out how to get better than 11 miles per gallon. So, what are you gonna do about your gas problem, Gregory? Does my digital no? Nephron, I don't have the trip computer anymore. There's I have the big console thing that I put up there, the steel piece with all my radios and stuff. So it's gone. But yes, it did work. I used one of the wires to power my other fuel gauge. Yes, Jason, 23 gallons. That's what it holds. Yes, I really should make the tank 2 or 3 inches deeper because then I could add like 5 gallons to it, which would be really nice. But I have a saddle tank right now. I think I'm doing. Take one of your drawers. No. What we should do is take the understorage that's now useless and put a gas tank in there. Great, that's the deal. Soundwave 45. I don't know what you're asking. How do you get a 7.3 to stock height? You leave it there. What's with the BOFA? Don't know what that is. Do you smell me? BO? You got smell-o-vision over there? No, because the F-250 tanks actually fit up underneath the bed enough that they would hang down. They would hang down really low on ours, and I don't want to hang below the frame rail. So that's one of the big reasons that I didn't just use an F-250 tank. So the saddle tank that I built hangs below the frame rail by a ½ inch, or it's dead even with the frame rail. When I mount it, it'll probably be below the frame rail just a tiny bit. And yeah, it's a little close to the rear axle. A little bit. I also have no idea how I'm going to fill it. But it might be underneath there. No, I literally have no clue how I'm going to fill it. I have no idea. It's a mess. There's guys that are doing them like inside the doors, but I think they're running their hose through the wheel well, and that's fine unless you have 40s. Then it's not fine anymore. No. The lift. Oh, you want your long arms. Who said they hadn't seen the video on it? Nephron. That's because there's no video on it yet. This is the tank. I picked it up from my buddy on the way to Trail Hero. So, new allowance. Ooh. Yeah, that's worse. Yep. That's my saddle tank. I should have moved my first groove a little bit. It was pretty close to the axle. I don't really know. I might have to cut this corner at an angle. We'll see. But yeah, that's my saddle tank. It's like 7 by 7 ish, or like 5 inches tall or something. I forget. Yeah, it might work. We'll see. Ooh, before the event, I keep sending you them. Yeah, yep, nope. That doesn't exist yet. This is just a figment of everyone's imagination. Again, I'm not a real YouTuber, so I'm not very good at teasing things, but I have a lot of work to do to mount that tank. More work to do to figure out how to freaking fill it. I did think about a transfer pump. That's how I'm going to get fuel into the other tank. I'm not going to actually plumb this one in. I'm just going to transfer to my back tank. But I put it in the pickup, so it's going to just bubble underneath. Do whatever. Yeah. But I don't know, if I can like neck down a fuel fill. I'm thinking about a boat fuel fill in the door, because I've seen this before, and then running down. But the problem is now I'm going to run into my 2x4 steel, so I need to see how I can get out the backside of the C-pillar. And if I can get out the backside of the C-pillar, I might be in the clear, and then I get to be over here. So that's kind of my plan. It's not going to work, but... Michaela Patterson, you're totally true. You're totally right. Transferring to the Jeep is not useful. But my thought is to transfer to other people's Jeeps, like yours. I'm going to have an extra plug in that I can put a hose on and fill somebody else's tank from my auxiliary tank. Maybe. We'll see. See how generous I'm feeling. See how much of a pain in the butt this thing becomes. And if it's good, it's going to be awesome. So behold, my new gas tank. How much fuel does it hold? Probably 4 gallons. No, I think it'll hold... I think it might be 10 gallons. So, that'd be cool. What is this bubble, Rick? What is this weld nub? You got a grinder down there? Apparently I gotta get a grinder out. We painted it, though. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. You should see this weld bubble. The thing's like this big. Just sitting on top over here. It's probably plugging a little pinhole. And if I grind it down, it's going to leak. What you get for free help, man. It's the worst. So, yeah. Haven't even thought about that. It's a whole nother mess, guys. Need Geeks 4x4 to keep making money so that I can quit my day job again. I have a filler flap. I'm on the passenger side of the truck. What's up, Jonathan? Yeah. I live in Washington State, Jonathan. Yeah, this is the passenger side, net front. The fill is still there, I promise. It needs to get filled to fuel a lot. But yeah, I don't have room. I can see that. Except I cut where I cut the body. The fuel fill has this like cap behind it that it's mounted to, and it keeps it separate from the inside of the truck. and where I cut it, I cut like an inch out of that. So where I could have put the fuel fill on this side of it is gone. Like it's all wheel well. So yeah. It does run on good vibes and prayers mostly. Just praying that makes it to the next place. Wow. That's a bold move. No rust is a strong statement, but less rust is a better statement. We do get rain, but we don't use like salt and stuff on the road. So, but if you let your vehicle sit outside, moss will grow on it. So, oh, great. I saw that, Jonathan. Can we fix this, Greg? I'll do it. Bye. So fire, Greg, works. Fire works well. Because then you melt the rubber, and then you can get. Can you not get the bolt out? Because it shouldn't be. The bolt should be in a metal sleeve. So if it's not coming out, it's rusted. Well, maybe these need to be done at my house. Yeah, because the bolt won't come out. No, but like there's an inner sleeve inside the rubber bushing, and those can rust, and they rust to the bolt inside, so you can't see it, but it's inside. So it's like the sleeve. Like I've had to cut bolts like that out before on either side, and then you press the bushing out, and you go to the next thing. The thing is, you have to bring the press here if we're gonna do it here, because I think you're probably gonna end up having to use it. Yeah. But again, that's not the bushing that's making the noise, I don't think. Because even if the rubber's bad, it's still bouncing around in rubber. Yeah, no, but you get what the bolt goes through that sleeve, and inside of that sleeve, it's spinning the sleeve, I bet, inside of there. And so it's, because if you're stuck to the sleeve, it won't come out the bolt hole. You just need to get the big hammer out. So that's typically what it is on those. Get your favorite stuff out, PB Blaster, and get to work. Oh, all right, guys. Been on for over 2 hours. Any other questions before we finish this thing out? I love hanging out with you. I'm so glad to be back here and have enough time to hang out today. And I got to weld today. Welded on my brother's father-in-law's trailer. Haven't welded in a really long time, so that felt good. And got to hang out with you guys today. We got almost 50 likes. Now, if you have been saving your like, I would love to hit that 50 number. I need 3 thumbs up. 3 thumbs up. I need you guys to hit that. We need 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up to get there. 1 thumbs up. Give me a 50. Let's do it. Nephron, nice hanging out with you, man. I'm so glad to hang out. And yes, heck yes, looking forward to seeing you in North Texas and seeing that come and swap. Hear me out, Giggity. I'm listening. Dennis, how are you? Have not seen you in a while. Hang out, man. I apologize. I have not been doing good on the membership videos. I'm working on it. I've got all these links right here. If you want to come to the Excursion event, which I want you to come, so you should come, it's at Maris. It's April 9th through the 12th, 2026. Pencil those into your calendar right now, and pencil 2 days on either side, depending on how far away you live, to come and hang out and be at the event. It is epic. It's going to be epic to hang out with other Excursion owners. I'm going to be there. The other guy that you probably know is going to be there is this guy named Alclaw. I think is sick. And yeah. Giggity says I need to build another Bob, sell and do one of the raffle car giveaways. Nice. Yeah. What are you working on, Dennis? Dollar equals entry. Yeah, I'm not big enough for that, Giggity. I would lose so much money. Nice, Dennis. Thanks for using the Amazon link, man. I appreciate that. The Excursion 60250 event? Nope. Just Excursions. I mean, you can come. The park's not shut down, but like, I just want it to be Excursions. There's gonna be a couple of my friends there with Jeeps. We can make fun of them the whole time. But I just want this to be Excursions because we are all Excursion people. Also, I need one more like to hit 50. Thumbs up, guys. I need one more thumbs up. Who can make that 50 mark happen? I would super appreciate it. Dennis, you'll love the 6-liter cooler. It's gonna cool that transmission down a ton. Did you get the kit to remove the valve thing too from Diesel Power Products? Because I still haven't gotten that. I need to. Beta 360, you got that 50th. We actually got to 51. Look at that, guys. That's awesome. It just pulls down, I'm pretty sure. It's been like 400 weeks. The Fear, dude. Mr. Fear. Haven't seen you in forever. Popping on. As soon as I was going to log off, but then I got these members hopping in here. This is awesome. Giggity, I do. I haven't finalized anything, but we're going to do stuff. 5 months. My goodness, that is crazy. That is, yeah. That is big time. Thank you, Youngin Bot. Yeah. What's up, Bendejo? ¿Cómo estás, mijo? What is up, guys? Got a whole new crew coming in here. This is great. I was gonna be done, but glad all you guys are popping in. Input from Ford. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Cool. Starboy, what up? Their names are in green because they are members of the channel, which means that they paid in, and I don't know if they pay monthly. I don't really know what all that works on, but that's why their names are in green, because they're members and they support the channel a little bit further. So they also get access to member videos, in theory. But the guy that runs the channel is the worst and doesn't post to member videos all that often. But these guys are just still kind enough to still be members and still care about me. So I very much appreciate them. And so, yeah. Brian, you are here. What is up, man? Black Loki. This is not a politics thing, and I'm not going to say anything, but... yeah. Brian, did you see? I debuted. It was debuted today. And my brain farted completely, and I could not think of the fact that your name was Brian, and I just knew you were my friend from Spokane. Brains are fun. No, I know who you are. I did not want to disclose. Brian gave me this, guys. If you do want to know where it came from, it was from Brian. Now that he's here, I can say who it is. And yeah. Tony, what's up? Brian was the first one to produce and distribute the Ford Excursion gas pump trend. Brian is our little friend. Is our little friend over here back to health? Or I also didn't tell Greg this. Grayson Camo. Brian did not make it home. I I can't believe you got 30 miles from home and then had issues. Like, that's the most annoying thing ever, but also makes sense. Also, the best place to break down. Were you in, like, Coeur d'Alene, or where were you? Like, freaking sucks, man. Feel bad. Bob got terrible gas mileage all the way home because somebody didn't do an alignment. I never got into the 11s on the way home. I don't see any extra wear on those tires, though, but I definitely think that the toe is off because I got such bad gas mileage. Nick her. I don't know what you're trying to say. So you're trying to get me to say a bad word. That is too bad. Dang, man. Brian, is it back rolling? Or are you still playing with stuff? Because do you drive that thing every day, Brian? Are you walking to work right now? This is the best part about the live, is I get to ask questions and then it takes a while to respond. And then I just fill in stuff. Still catching. Oh, so the truck is still down. So you are walking to work. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. That's all right. I just told everybody the fix for this. Brian. It's to buy 2 Excursions, because then you have one you can do dumb things with, and another one that's nice. Still, man, that sucks. Brian, you need to meet Dennis. Dennis lives in Spokane too, right, Dennis? Forget where you live. Are you up north, Colfax or something? But yeah, Dennis stole the Excursion that was on Facebook for way too cheap at one point this summer. For like 12. Oh, you're in Kettle Falls. For really cheap, out of Montana or Idaho or something. He grabbed this Excursion. It's a V10 now. Which, we could say is a superior engine, except I'm the one that blew coolant all over the place on the top of the mountain. And that's, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. We're all fine. Did I change the coolant since I got home? No. No, I didn't. Did I clean the truck since I got home? No. Have I emptied the truck since I got home? No. Have I looked at the truck? No. No time. But it did make it home pretty good, just with terrible fuel mileage. And yeah, it drove fine. It was good. It was fine. Yeah, I'm bummed, man. I'm bummed yours crapped. I also thought it was funny. I wheeled with 2 Excursions, and both of those Excursions I wheeled with were 6 liters. Wow. I want you guys to see this comment, because this is the weirdest thing. It won't even let me show it. Oh, Brian, I want to talk to you about that. Don't sell your other seats yet, because I think I might want them. We might need to talk. Because I think that they'd be nice in my other truck. The heater core is leaking inside. Ooh, yuck. This guy commented, "I will lick you." So that's an interesting comment. The fuel pump relay bypassed. Nothing is going to bypass the fuel pump relay unless you, like, hard did it. All right. Unless you like hard did it with a jumper cable or something. I don't really know. So anyway, rifleization. It's very weird. Yeah, Brian, text me. We need to chat about those because I might want those seats. Are they heated? Those other ones? Gotta ask. Asking for a friend. The seats in the white truck are not terrible, but oh, okay, yeah. We'll just bypass that sucker, and who needs a heater in Kettle Falls, Idaho, in the winter? Yep, Brian. That's gonna cost me some money. Okay, we need to chat, or we'll trade. And then come over here and do some work, and we'll trade some seats. Also, there's a PRP in the ceiling in this garage. You already got your PRPs? It seems really quick. Did you buy? Also, what did you end up buying? Did you buy the daily drivers, or did you buy like one of the ones that does some more leaning and all that stuff?
Dailies.
Okay. Yeah, they're sick. And you got the wider ones, I take it, because you like the wider one. I hope you remembered that. Because I did tell you that, I think. Great. Nice, Dennis. Nice. Dylan, probably not the right crowd. I don't believe that Jeep sucks, no. Jeep is the reason that we all built off-road stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can say Jeep sucks, but they don't. Jeep is the pioneer and the reason that we all build cool stuff to go off-road, so they don't suck. Yeah, the heater core's not too bad on these, I don't think. I don't think it's like an entire dash thing coming out. So yeah. Well, that's awesome, Brian. I am so glad to be able to help you spend money, man. Love it. Also, super glad that the seats got here before the truck's running again. That's awesome. Charlie's going to love the seats, though, so that's all that matters. Good. I'm great at spending other people's money. I'm like 10 out of 10, maybe the best person around at spending your money. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, just come for a ride. You won't need to buy anything afterwards. It's no problem. And then you're like, dang it, I want 40s and nice seats and the coil swap and everything. Dang, that is super easy, Dennis. That's awesome. How many? That one's got a lot. Ramen Hood, thinking about selling my Dodge because of many problems. That tracks. And I'm thinking about getting a Toyota 4Runner. Interesting choice. Buy an Excursion instead. Yee. Moderator in training for who, brother? I got moderators all over the place, and we're keeping everything positive in the comments and everything because we are all about positivity on here. So, Yee, appreciate you coming by, but that was kind of random. Arrogant eyeball YouTube. Why isn't an Excursion better than a 4Runner? An Excursion has solid axles. It has a bigger engine. It has more space to sleep. And, yeah. Dylan, the Excursion could be too heavy. You should check out my videos, though. And, yeah. I don't know who you paid that to, but I don't know. Living for Christ, I did know that Jesus loves me, and I'm grateful for that. And, yeah, it's awesome. Dylan, I don't think the Excursion is too heavy. Mine floats on everything just fine. One of my mods. Odd. I have one moderator, so don't think it was him. Can I find an excursion for cheap? Robinhood, yeah, they are pretty cheap. Bummer, Dennis. There's stuff to be fixed on every vehicle, especially if you buy an old vehicle. 4Runner is going to be the exact same way. So you might want to learn a little bit more about cars before buying an older vehicle, though. Probably don't hear about people talking about driving their Excursions because they just like to drive them and they don't need to, yell at everybody that they drive them. Yes, Dennis. Cruise control is yeah. Nicholas Parkus. What is SawCon? Tell me about it. Thank you, Living for Christ. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. Dylan, I am from Washington State. Yeah, what the heck just happened in there? Yeah, Dennis. Dennis, did you already do the sensor on the master cylinder? Oh, got it. That was a nice one. That's not terrible. The emblems are powered from the steps, Giggity. I dropped the power down to the step connector on the driver's side. So that they, like, whenever I unlock the truck or when I open the doors or whatever, they're on. They're double powered, so I can power them from my switch pod with my rock lights, so I bought one of those like trailer tow connector things. Yeah, which is a good thing, Arrogant. Yeah. Dylan, yeah, all kinds of stuff. Lots of forest roads, lots of rocks, lots of trees that get really tight at points. All kinds of different stuff. Dennis, I would start with that. I've had those go bad, even the replacement ones. They all should have been replaced because there was a recall on them. But that's where I always start on cruise control. You've also got the clock spring in there involved, which is annoying. The indicator light, even if it's burned, won't make the cruise control not work. I know that from experience on 2 different excursions, actually. We burned the cruise control light. I've replaced the cruise control light on the dash on my 7.3 and then on my brother's as well. So 02 and 01 does not have any effect on the cruise working, just so you know. Just trying to help. Dash is not hard to get out. The cluster is not hard to get out. So yeah. But yeah, Arrogant, they're just a good, honestly, I get it. Everybody's going to have their own things. I'm just an excursion guy, so. Sorry, Ossifer, send me the link to that. I think I do already have the link to that I have the link to the cable in my store, but if you've used that, I would like to have the link to that handle or whatever that you're replacing so that I can help other people to do it. So if you could email me that link to the Amazon thing, I'll put it in the store. And especially if you've used it and you know it's good. If it's crap, I don't want to put it in the store, but this is how I put stuff in the store. So, 81 GMC Sierra. Yeah. Arrogant an Excursion is a great family vehicle. They're 20 years old, so they've got the stuff, but they're also 20 years old, so they have the good stuff. And yeah. Yeah, Dennis, it's pretty terrible either way. It's pretty great. So Grayson Cameron just posted the link, but what I'll do, sorry, Ossifer, is I'll put your link in the interior upgrades maybe or something, one of those idea lists, and make sure that people get the right stuff. Dylan, all the Excursions are 3/4 ton. So Ford never built a 1/2 ton Excursion. So every Excursion came with 1 ton axles and a 1-ton drivetrain. So smallest engine you could get in a Ford Excursion is a 5.4, and then you could get a V10, 7.3, and a 6-liter. Yes, yeah. So arrogant man after my own word, my own heart, my friend. I love old cars as well. Stuff you can do all your own work to it's just so much better. So the Excursions come from that era, that great era. You've got a throttle body. Sounds like a throttle body injected. Oh no, an 81. So you got a carburetor. But yeah. So you can you have all the good stuff. So. Michael Whitley, yes, my first vehicle I ever built was a 71 Jeepster. There's also, I don't know how old you think old is, but there's a 2006 LJ sitting next to me right here. So yeah, I have a Jeep problem as well. So 98 XJ, nice, that's awesome. Project XJ. I was like, what is his name on here? Project XJ is a buddy of mine. I don't know if you followed him, but yeah. Thank you. Sorry, Ossifer. Appreciate that. I love, like, when you guys buy a product, like, if you buy a product on Amazon that you use and you like that's Excursion specific, especially these guys, like, we're all in here every week, you guys, that you're like, hey, I found this and it works well, shoot it to me, because I'm trying to gather that list where, like, other people can just use the store and go, oh, I need this part. It doesn't cost you guys a dime to buy through my store, and I make a little bit. It's not a big deal, right? But it helps me, and it helps you guys, because then when you need a part, you just go to the store and you can find a list with all these parts in them that we know actually are decent. So that's awesome, Michael. Dad's got a CJ5. Yeah, it's a little tractor. It's awesome. For a tow vehicle, like a 7.3 Ford. There you go, Dylan. Excursion, my friend. Michael, I don't think you're wrong. So, but yeah, that's the idea behind the Amazon store. So like I said, if you guys are buying stuff on Amazon that's not on my store for your Excursion, and you're like, hey, I use this and it's actually good, or hey, I use this and it's not good, if you bought it from my store and it's not good, I want to know about that too, because I'll get rid of it. That's so weird. I need to look at those links again, Giggity, because I went and clicked on them and they worked for me. So it's like I don't know what happened. Did you already buy the stuff, Giggity, or no? Because if you haven't bought it, if you go to the link that Grayson Camo just did, or the link in the bottom of this video when it gets posted, actually, this is not posted yet. Yeah. You can go, and in the idea list, if you go to the Bob Excursion build stuff, you can, so go to my store when you go to buy it, Giggity, and if you have a link to my Amazon store, it's also in my link tree and stuff on Instagram, or Grayson Camo just posted it right above. And you can save my store and follow me as a creator on Amazon. Amazon makes this a little bit really difficult. But in the list for the Bob Excursion, you'll see all those parts, and so you can buy them through there too. I don't understand why the links aren't working in the bottom of the video for some of you guys. The cooler lines didn't work. Okay, I'll have to see if I can update that one. So this is great. This is why we hang out every week, so you guys can tell me if you find links. It's hard for me to track all that, as I have links in a ton of videos, and so, like, if a link is not working, I would love to know about it. So either comment on that video or tell me in the live, like, Project XJ texted me a couple of days ago or a couple weeks ago and was like, hey, there's a typo in your channel description. And I was like, I build trucks, not type. So yeah, it was really funny. Oh, totally. Okay, Dennis. Yeah. Yeah, and I actually didn't buy that line from Amazon. So I'm just trying to help people find it. I bought that line. I didn't know how much to buy, so I bought that line from Napa when I bought it. So yeah. GD, the 2 Excursion video. You mean the walk around video of the red Excursion? Is that what you're talking about? Stainless braided lines. Ooh, Dennis, you got fancy. Real fancy. Anatolic 3.5 EcoBoost. You know, I haven't actually run one of those motors super hard, so I don't know enough about them to really comment. I haven't seen people with tons of problems with them, but I've heard people with it, so I don't know. Alclaw, I don't remember what he said about his steering. I think I don't know that his steering is anything other than the 05 plus stuff. It's not my truck, so I don't know for sure. You can comment on that video, and he's been commenting back to everybody. So if you want to ask him anything specifically on that truck, he's really good about commenting back. He also just pretty much lost his entire shop in that crazy storm in Arizona. So he's a little busy, so he might be slow. Yeah, the building there's like one building in Arizona the roof got ripped off. His shop was in that building. So that Excursion got a little bit of damage from the roof. So did his chase truck and like all that stuff. So yeah. So there's Dennis helping you out. Anatolic, look up Ford Tech Macu Loco for EcoBoost stuff. There's guys that know so much more about that motor than I do, and probably give you a lot better information than I could. So, yeah. Appreciate that info, Dennis. All right, guys, I need to get out of here. I've been on for 2.5 hours, and it's dinner time. I need to get inside. So, Marcus, I am hungry. Yes. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you all a ton. Appreciate you coming in here. Appreciate the donations. Appreciate all the stuff. Asking questions, all the things. Remember, you can always email me. You can always call me. I also do consulting stuff on excursions if you're in for that. The excursion event, I would love to meet all of you people, especially all you guys that I haven't met on this list. It's slowly growing. There's some people on this live that I actually have met in person now. So it's pretty fun. So, all right, guys, peace out. Have a great Sunday night. Have an excellent week. Go to the excursion event page. Click that you're interested so that you see all the stuff. I want to see as many of you there as possible, especially if you're freaking close. If you're closer than me, you have no excuse. So, Brian, that's you. I'm looking at you. Just kidding. So, yeah, all the links right here. Skyjackers, Geeks 4x410, the Amazon shop, all the things. Thanks, Grace and Camo, for doing the moderating stuff. And I'm going to get out of here. See you guys. Thank you so much for hanging. Bye.